Joe is an idea man.
Joe is one of kind.
An inspiration.
Joe is Mojo.
Renaissance man.
An awesome lifelong friend.
He's a dreamer.
A pizza lover.
Joe is
funny. Cool.
Joe is incredible, innovative, creative.
A man with a plan.
He's dependable.
Joe is relentlessly optimistic.
At the Russ's party, when we're standing there, Terry Allen comes walking up and pops you right in the chin out of nowhere, man. And you turn to me and you say, "Hey, did he just hit me?"
We'd sit in class and I sat kind of in front of Joe and Tim, and Joe and Tim would just pretend to laugh, and that would get me going. And pretty soon we'd all be falling out of our chairs over nothing.
Not only is Joe one of my favorite people in life, he was my dog Daisy. He was one of her favorite people, and I know that because she was a runner, and every time she got out, when we lived in Painted Trails, she would just immediately book it, 6 doors down, bust into Joe's house, jump on his couch.
You sat down on the living room floor at Dad's house, you rolled a booger and flicked it, and I watched it, and it went shoo, ran away on my forehead.
I remember when I first met him, I was in the kitchen, which was down the hall, and when he came in, he saw me, and he ran down the hall and grabbed me and hugged me. And I still remember that, and I remember just loving him from the very beginning.
He keeps buying me jackets, and so I don't think I need any more jackets.
We've done so many things together, be it backstages or hoisting the cup, stuff like that. I want to say one of the better memories would probably be one of the first is almost getting killed on a freeway by the driver who was drunk up at the San Francisco Dodger game way back in the beginning. Going to that game, flying up there, meeting Vin Scully because we snuck in and had an adventure, because you're always thinking and instigating and working on different things like that. That's what I would think best. I think that's one of the better ones. I'd sure love to find that picture of Vin Scully.
One of the things I love is when he tells funny stories about his childhood, about when he was a kid and his friends and his sisters, and it's all just so funny to think about him when he was little, and he has such great stories.
From the day I met you back in 2002 at DGWB, you've always been so great. You've done so much for me through my career. You've helped me so much. We've done business together, which has been awesome. And I've been mountain biking with you. I've hung out with your daughters at the Jonas Brothers concert.
Growing up, he was definitely the cool, fun dad. And he just would make every experience into something memorable. So he took my friend and I to a hockey game, and we were probably 13. After the game, we were leaving the stadium, and it was bumper to bumper. So we were just sitting there in the car, and he rolled down the windows. He blasted at full volume Baby Got Back, and it was just singing out the window, dancing along, and my friend and I were in the back seat. We could not breathe because we were laughing so hard. We still talk about that story to this day.
Maple Hill Mall, dollar movie night, and the snowbanks everywhere. It was winter, and we were sitting in the powder blue Camaro. And then we noticed this guy, before we got out of the car, this guy was letting air out of this other fella's car. And we're going, oh, what an a-hole. And so I believe we went and saw the movie, then we came back and those cars were still there, and the guy, you could see his flat tires. So you reached under the front seat and grabbed that big old Rambo knife, and where you could unscrew the cap and there's fishing line in there. And so we walk up to the guy's back tire, and he just barely touched the tire with the knife, and kabam, the thing hissed. And oh my God, and we were shocked. And then so you walked back to the back tire and just gave it a kabam, another big explosion.
The last time that you guys were here and we went to Shakespeare's. for Oberon Day. Remember, you were just itty bitty like her.
So Joey came and met us at the Rainbow. It was so great catching up with him. And I remember I asked him about the next night if he wanted to get together, because we were still in town for another 2 days. And he said to me that he has the girls. And when he has the girls, that's all he does is the girls. He doesn't make any other plans. And I thought it was amazing. I loved that. It was just it was sweet. It was everything you would want in a dad.
He used to chase me around the house in Mill Meadows. I was so scared you're gonna beat the crap out of me. And then we'd run upstairs and then you would bang on the door and I thought for sure you were coming through. But actually Robin is the one that used to beat the crap out of me all the time.
And we went to the Rio in Las Vegas celebrating my brother Jacob's birthday, and we both just kind of got hung up on Wetzel's Pretzels very randomly, and we ended up going there like 6 times, just getting all different pretzels and stuff.
We had some libations, and Joe and Jordan are just dancing there, singing all night long, while his mom was laughing in the background.
One of my favorite memories with my dad was when my church was hosting an Oktoberfest, and at a whim he randomly signed up when we were there, and he ended up winning the entire Stein holding competition. And at the end, while he was holding out the Stein, he did a 360-degree spin just to show off that he won. And I think the next year he won like 2nd place or something, and the whole year leading up to it he would like every day for like 3 minutes hold out a weight just to prepare. So that's a great memory. And one of my favorite things is that my dogs are obsessed with him and they know him as Grandpa. And I have like 4 of these buttons around the house that my dog Enzo will press when he wants something. And one of the buttons my dad actually customized so that it says Grandpa, so that whenever my dog presses it, we'll know that he wants to see my dad. So actually if you press it,
Grandpa. Grandpa. You had to move out of your house, and we almost done moving most of the stuff out of your house, but there was one thing that required us to rent a U-Haul. This particular item was that refrigerator, if you remember. It was an extremely expensive refrigerator, so we had to have a lot of care in moving that from point A to point B. But it required me to be at the lift of the truck holding the refrigerator because we couldn't quite get it to fit securely in the U-Haul. So we get to the location, and as we were going down the lift with the refrigerator, we were almost at the bottom of the lift when the refrigerator slipped and fell and took me with it. There was a piece of metal that was protruding from the top of the refrigerator, was literally just scraped my neck. And all we could do was go, oh my God, you thought I was dead. And I was just sitting there in shock, could not believe that. But the thing was, you were so awesome.
One of the things I always think about is our trips to Florida, driving in his old SUV, the Blazer, with his big subwoofer, and us basically losing our hearing, playing music all the way down, staying with his mom, and the fun times that we had in Florida.
Pat, myself, and Mikey D would meet down at 9th Street in Huntington Beach, and we would surf for a couple of hours. As I'm paddling out, I'm paddling as hard as I can because there's 3 monster waves coming in. I look over and there's Joe lying on the board, and I said, Joe, don't go, don't go. I get to the other side of the wave, just barely make it over the peak, and the wave breaks, and I look back and I don't see Joe, and then like 5 seconds later I see his board 10 feet up in the air, 50 feet down. And then when we get inside and we're on the shoreline, we're like, Joe, what happened to you? And he says, well, T-Bone told me go, Joe, go. And so he thought I was saying go. I was saying, Joe, don't go.
One of your favorite memories of Uncle Joe?
Having fun at the beach. When he brought up Evel Knievel to me.
We were in solving and he let a bee land on him. And I like started freaking out. I was like, how'd you do that? There's no way. I'm so scared of bees.
Play sideline toe dancing, catch until dark. All kinds of pickup sports games and baseball, and show up out at the field. But probably the games in the basement, the baseball cards, setting up home run derby and flipping player cards, putting sports cards to use with our own made up plans.
We both got penalties, both got kicked out of a game. The next game we weren't supposed to play, we were suspended. But then we taped on some numbers and just fucking sent it. And then in the first period, I think it was, we both got penalties and we both ended up in the box again in a game we weren't even supposed to play.
Happy birthday, Joey!
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Dad. Love you.
Have a great birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe, baby.
Happy birthday. I love you.
Happy 60th and to many more great years with you.
Happy 60th birthday, Joey.
Happy birthday.
Wow, Joey, 60 years. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Uncle Joe.
Happy birthday.
Joey, I wish you the best birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joey Diamond. JoJo with the mojo.
Hope you have a great 60th birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe. Enjoy your day.